What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to Nerd Media, and in this video, as you can probably already tell, we are going to be talking about another comic book, which is Batman: A Death in the Family. This, I think, is one of the most famous Batman comic books out there, and I got a chance to read it last week when I finally picked this thing up, and it has been a long time since this has released, and I have never read it. I know the story, I know everything, but I really did want to dive into this book, and it was one of the books that I've had on my list for a very, very long time that I just never really got around to, but I finally did. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about why I think the characteristics and the version of the Batman that we have in this comic book is almost a perfect representation of what he should be for the DCU, and just overall my thoughts on this book and how much I really, really dug it. So with all that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe, comment down below if you have read this book before, and let's dive right into the video. So Batman: Death in the Family is about the death of Robin and how that occurs and how Batman handles it. The story is basically Robin going out to find his real mother after he discovers that the mother that he thought he had wasn't actually his mom. So he goes out, tries to look for his real mother, finds her, and then they both get captured and stuck in this warehouse that Joker set up. And he basically just sets off a bomb in there, just killing Jason and everybody else in there. That is a very, very, very dimmed down version of what the story actually is, because there's so much more in the middle of those two events. But I really don't really feel like I need to give a summary for this just because of how popular this comic is. And I just gotta say, I really love the book, and I really, really have enjoyed, and I really do enjoy reading old Batman stories. Specifically, of all the heroes that I could read old stories for, I think Batman is probably the one I enjoy reading the most, because I've read old Fantastic Four runs, Spider-Man runs, and I feel like the Batman is probably one of the best ones to read just because of how fun they really are. And I really, really, really love this one. And I won't spend too much time talking about my thoughts in the book because everybody knows the story, so my thoughts are probably going to be the same as people who say that they love it, because I personally really liked it. I love the story, and it would be really fun and also really just dark if they went for a story like this in the DCU. I don't think they will, but I mean, it would be cool and it would be very dark. Speaking of the DCU, why do I think this version of Batman would be perfect for the DCU? Well, this version of Batman is not all just dark, depressed, and sad all the time. And I think that that is the kind of Batman that we shouldn't have for the DCU, considering we already have one just like that in the Batman. This one cracks a smile every now and then and makes jokes and is friendly with Robin and Alfred. I think that we need stuff like that for the DCU, especially with the tone that that whole universe is seeming to have. It would make sense if this was the kind of Batman we got, and I think that it is the kind of Batman that we all deserve and need right now, because I don't think we have gotten a Batman just like this in live action ever, or just in a very long time. I mean, I think he would be perfect, and if we had a Batman like this going side by side with Superman, it would be very, very awesome, because they actually do interact in this book, and I think that their interactions are great and exactly how they should be. And I think that if we have this version of Batman in the DCU, everybody's going to be happy, because we're going to have a little bit of both worlds. We're going to have a very dark and gritty Batman and a more lighthearted, kind of still the same Batman but more smiley. And not to mention that his suit in this comic book is all blue and gray, and I think that we deserve that suit for live action, because I think we've hardly gotten that suit ever in live action. I don't know if the creators of the films that we get for Batman are just too scared to use it, or if they just don't think it fits in with the world. I think that we need that blue and gray suit. Luckily, he wears it in this comic book, and I just would love to see that. And I think that if the DCU's kickoff is great, as we all expect it to be with Superman, I think the likelihood of getting a Batman announcement in the next year or so is pretty high. And I feel like James Gunn would take this outfit specifically to use for that character. Fingers crossed he does, because I feel like we need that. And because I feel like all we've gotten is like the gray and black, which is cool, but this would be cool every now and then as well. But I really do think that the Batman, the version of him in the I really do feel like the version of Batman in this book is the perfect representation of what the DCU Batman should be. But I want to hear from you guys down below. If you have read this book, do you think that he's the best representation of what the DCU should adapt for Batman? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you haven't read the book, what is your pitch for the kind of Batman you want to see for the DCU? Let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more comic book content coming soon. I'm trying to make them every now and then because I'm reading comic books. I'm currently in the middle of reading a big Winter Soldier book, so I'll probably make a video about that soon. And I also got a very fun book that I'm going to show you guys in just a second. But with all that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.